Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. It is the player ratings after Liverpool beat Wolverhampton Wanderers by 1-0 to temporarily, by the looks of things, go top of the Premier League. At time of filming, Manchester City have just kicked off and Manchester City have just scored. But it is what it is. You've got to do your job, and Liverpool did just about do their job today, and their job was to get 3 points against a miserly Wolves side, and we did have a little bit of a struggle breaking them down, but did we actually have a little struggle breaking them down? Okay. So we're going to start with the goalkeeper like we always do. It's Alisson Becker, who pretty much had nothing to do in that game of football, apart from one really good catch. Diving to his right-hand side, saving from Wolves. But other than that, I say, didn't really have too much to do. He had one where he's a little bit iffy coming out towards the edge of his penalty area, sliding on it, but ultimately does deal with it. Had the catch, 7 out of 10 performance from Alisson. Moving on then, we'll go to Andy Robertson next, who, for me, defensively, I thought he was absolutely sound, as he always seems to be. He gave us a lot. He kept on trying. There was one point, wasn't there, where he did that sort of 1-2-1-2 and gets it, just nearly gets the ball back right in front of the sticks, 6 yards out, isn't able to get a shot off. That's brilliant play. There's a few times where he starts getting to the byline, trying to cut it back across, like we saw against Everton for Jordan Henderson the other day. He really was penetrative with his runs today. And, you know, for me, he's unlucky not to get an assist as well. I think it's him who crosses the ball maybe for Salah to just about somehow not score a goal late on in the first half. So on another day, he might have had 1, maybe 2 assists. Today, he didn't, unfortunately. But defensively, yeah, he was sound. And then towards the end of the game, though, we started to have, obviously, a little bit of a struggle with the Adama Traore and stuff. But that's us bombing on. And then it was down to, like, the Tiago and your Fabinhos to make sure that they helped him to cover that space. But that left-hand side had a little bit of a struggle later on. But I think, all told, for me, it's probably a 7.5, 8 out of 10 performance from Andy Robertson. Don't forget, you can vote for your man of the match, by the way. At any point during the show, we will reveal who gets the Redmen TV's man of the match at the end. Okay, it's not working, so just fucking tell me. It's absolutely fine. Leave me your marks as we go along for each of the individual players. I'm going to give Robbo an 8 out of 10. I've got lots of 8 out of 10s today, to be honest with you. Another one there for Virgil Van Dijk. You know, again, for the most part, absolutely superb. Biggest shining light of the day for him, I suppose, would be that crossfield ball for Mo Salah, who just took it down wonderfully to then play in Divock Origi to then get us the winner late on in the game. That was absolutely superb. That was crucial as well. We were moving the ball quickly. We moved it a long distance. We caught Wolves napping a little bit. And because of that, we were actually able to get to the byline and pull that ball back across, then get the winner. So crucial intervention from Virgil van Dijk. It looks like we have got the man of the match thing working again now. So if you do want to vote for your man of the match, put the number by the name in, type in vote, vote space, put the number in of the player that you want on this left hand side. Hint, it's reeky, but it is what it is. So we'll move on then. Joel Matip, I thought he was brilliant again today. You know, I think I've got down on my notes here, look, 8 out of 10 performance. I'm going to go one higher. I'm going to go half higher, actually. I'm going to go 8.5 out of 10 for Joel. Thought defensively, he's absolutely sound. He gives me everything I want from a defender on a football field. Not only does he give you mad, mazy runs, he gives you great defensive tackles, great defensive headers, but he gives you hallmark moments, literally memes, every time you're going to get anything out of Joel Matip on a football field. He screams at the air, he screams at the grass, he screams at lines, he screams at players, he screams at referees. I just love the fact that he screams at stuff, to be perfectly honest with you. So I'm going to knock him up to a 9 out of 10. Fuck it. You know why? Because I can, because it's my player rating show today. And if I like the fact that he screams at lines, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. That is just Joel Matip for you. But some of those runs, there was one where he looked like prime Mo Salah running through at the heart of the defence. And you're like, what are you doing? And I think Virgil van Dijk must just be like, where's fucking Matip gone? What the fuck are you doing up there, Joel? There was one time he was pressing a left back, for fuck's sakes. He's pressing the left back. The man just knows no end. He just doesn't know when to stop. He's absolutely superb. I love him. You love him. 9 out of 10 performance for him. I'm going to move on then to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And again, 4 chances created for Trent Alexander-Arnold today. We played a little bit more down that left-hand side, didn't we, with Andy Robertson first half. Felt like we started to, came out second half and started to move the ball a little bit down that right-hand side. But again, that right-hand side wasn't quite working as well as it had maybe in the previous 2 games. And I can't wait to look back at this game and analyse it properly and see what Wolves did differently to Southampton, Everton, other than just playing a back 5, essentially. Because I think they did nullify that threat down that right-hand side really well. So I'm looking forward to sitting down and analysing the game properly. But Trent, again, you know, he should have had possibly an assist for Diogo Jota, where he uses Henderson's run around the outside to open up that window for him to then be able to cross that ball into. You know, the corner delivery was really good today. We were making it difficult for Wolves. May not have been the first ball, second balls we were making it difficult and stuff. Again, I thought Trent, 8 out of 10 performance for him. Moving into the centre of the park, Fabinho, Tiago, the 2 of them, they set the edge, you know, as far as I'm concerned. It's like Liverpool dominating the ball, pushing forward as much as they possibly can, making it hard for Wolves to come out. What I mean by setting the edge is just going, there's your line, you're not getting past it. Fabinho and Tiago won the ball off Wolves' clearances so many times today. And you know, something that I associate with Fabinho, he's been good at it for a very long time. It's now something that I'm starting to notice with Tiago as well. And the 2 of them together, screening in front of that back 4, making sure that Robertson is help with Adama Traore late in the game. You know, it's no surprise really that Tiago picks up a yellow card, Fabinho picks up a yellow card against Adama Traore, because they were there making things happen, doing what they needed to do to make sure that Adama Traore didn't get away and get shots off and put us under pressure and stuff like that. So yeah, Fabinho for me, again, you know, I'm going to go 8 out of 10 performance, and some people might be looking at this going, look, but we scored a late winner, etc., etc. I don't think we played that well. I disagree. I think Liverpool did play really well. I think the disappointment emotionally of Liverpool not scoring before the 90th minute, that's hard to bypass sometimes, but I think you have to. I think Liverpool created really great opportunities. You know, you got the Sadio Mane one, which is a great save. You've got the Diogo Jota at the back stick from Trent, as I've already mentioned. You've got the Salah one where Robertson crosses it in. You've got the Diogo Jota one where he somehow manages to hit the ball at Connor Cody. And you've got the Divock Origi one. There's some absolutely brilliant chances. And you've got to play well to get those chances against the really good defensive side like Wolves. So I think Liverpool played really well, although emotionally I was really disappointed that we weren't scoring goals for fun today. Ultimately we get the win, and that's kind of all that matters though. But Fabinho, yeah, what I did like, and something maybe a little bit different from this performance than I've seen recently from Fabinho, is when Liverpool were chasing the game, I'm talking 75 minutes to 90 minutes, when everybody's going forwards, not just the normal lads. When you're starting to throw bodies forwards, Fabinho was starting to play those little 1-2s. Henderson had obviously come off the pitch at that point. He's obviously replaced by Divock Origi, 68th minute. But then Fabinho is the one that's starting to try and play those little 1-2s with Mo Salah or Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side. I just thought that was quite interesting, because I've not noticed him do that before. But he seemed really good at his close control, looked good in those situations as well. I'll move on to Tiago after giving Fabinho an 8. Tiago, for me, I'm going to give him an 8.5 out of 10. I thought he was slightly better than Fabinho today. Again, did exactly the same job for a lot of the game in setting that edge. But when he had the ball, some of the passes that he was playing, there was one that really stood out for me, and probably Paul first half, is that one where Mane's just maybe slightly offside, and he just plays this ball, sort of clips it round the corner for Sadio Mane. I don't think Sadio was on the same page as him. The ball was absolutely delicious, and he was spreading the ball quickly, efficiently, and in front of players, which meant that they could bomb on and push forwards as fast as he could to try and get behind Wolves. And again, I thought Thiago's passing today was absolutely superb. Jordan Henderson, a little bit of a quieter game for me from Jordan today. I mentioned earlier, I thought Liverpool played a little bit more down the left-hand side than they did do down the right-hand side. And Jordan Henderson struggled for me to get into the game quite a lot, to be honest. You know, we saw it against Everton, this sort of pseudo-10 performance from the captain. I don't think we saw that today. I don't know, again, can't wait to analyse what they did on this right-hand side, because I think actually when you look at the three of them as a unit, they didn't have as much success as they have done in probably every other Premier League game that they've played together this season. Certainly these. So I think Trent definitely did probably put in his normal sort of output that you'd expect to see, but Henderson and Salah really didn't. I mean, Salah's probably averaging about, I think it's just over 4, maybe touching 5 shots a game. And he has 2 on the day, which tells you that they've defended that really well. But Jordan, I'd probably give him a 7.5 out of 10. Don't think he was poor. Don't think he was as good as a lot of the other players on the pitch tonight. Hendo 7 out of 10 says Dustin Lowe's. Hendo 6.5 says The Sign. Genevieve says Hendo 6 out of 10. Okay, I'm going to knock it down to a 7 out of 10. Daniel Overmere says Hendo did all the hard work. He's a good leader and does the dirty work. Yeah, absolutely agree with that. He did the dirty work today, of course. Mo Salah then. Oh, in fact, we'll go with Sadio Mane next. Great save by their goalkeeper from him from close range. Bit of a half volley. Hits it with just the outside of his right foot. I think I thought he'd skied it, to be honest with you, Paul. Like, that's a save. I'm like, what? Really? I was just sort of in disbelief, but it was a save. So brilliant by Mane to get that one on target, because you see them blazed over the bar all the time, don't you? But that was his one real opportunity, actually one shot, if you will. I'm sure Paul's finishing those lines in the back somewhere. But Mane, other than that, a little bit quiet again. Second game on the bounce, really, where I think that Mane has been that little bit quiet. Again, works hard, pressing, making it difficult for the opposition. You know, you see him moving around the front three quite a bit. But as far as, you know, end product goes, little bit lacking today from him. Good performance all round, probably a 7 out of 10 for Sadio Mane. On the other side, Mo Salah. Again, I would have probably said 7 out of 10 performance had it not been for the assist late on. I think he, again, worked really hard, but Wolves defended him really well. But that touch to control that crossfield pass from Virgil van Dijk, take it away from the man with that touch, push it 10, 15 yards ahead of you, run onto it, then stop, look up, see the field, see Divock Origi, pass it, 94th minute, you're supposed to be tired. You're not when you're Mo Salah. To be able to then go and do that when it's clutch, absolutely superb from Mo again. So I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 performance. Hala Shanar says Salah 8 out of 10. Mo Salah does nothing but came up with that moment, 7.8 to Protégé. Mo had his dribble broken like 10 times, says Jeffrey Sow. Joshua says Salah 7.5 out of 10. Diogo Jota, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Straight away, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not knocking marks off of him for missing that opportunity. I think his all-round game was actually better than Salah and Mane. You know, I'm disappointed that he didn't stick 2 really good opportunities away. The one from the corner early on, not that, nailed on. The one from Trent Alexander-Arnold, it's a cross that I expected him to get into the net, but don't think it was an easy chance. We looked at the XG, it was like 9%, so 1 in 10. So maybe, me judging that a little bit harshly when you actually look at the facts and the nuts and bolts of the situation. A 1 in 10 header's probably not an opportunity you expect somebody to put away. Although the way that Jota does head the ball, he obviously is such a good player. You kind of can't help it. But that one where he hits it into Connor Cody, I'm in disbelief. I don't understand. I just can't get my head around how he didn't just tap it into the net. You got 2 lads converging into the same space and you slam it. Madness for me, but I thought his all-round game was brilliant. I thought he harried Wolves. He was all over the place. He was dropping deep, trying to pick the ball up, trying to spread the ball, trying to get into the box. I really think his all-round game deserved an 8 out of 10. So there'll be a lot of people that disagree with me. Daniel Vermeer says Jota was better than Mane. Jota 7 says Zayn. Jota, we expect more from him. The levels he's setting. Jota is selfish, no pass to Mane, says Annie Adriani. And I saw Mane in the build-up to that one where Connor Cody obviously gets the ball twatted at him. There's no way you're a striker and you're not taking that on. That's not selfish. That's just you being a striker. You do not get to the level that these guys play at by passing that fucking football. You just don't. You're shooting all day. I'm not having that he's selfish from that. I'm sorry. Jota's still a brilliant player. Look at his goal versus Everton, says Nexus of Thought. So yeah, absolutely. Okay, we'll move on to the substitutes then. I'm going to save the best for last, and we'll go in reverse order. James Milner, absolutely stellar performance from him today. Came on just after the 95th minute, had started, was on the field for around about 30 seconds and didn't pick up a yellow card. 10 out of 10 performance from him. Oxlade-Chamberlain, you know what, I think it'll probably go under the radar a little bit. Ox actually, for that 20-minute sort of cameo that he had, or 10-minute was it, he's 80 odd maybe that he comes on, actually, you know, open their defence up a couple of times. Go back and watch that last sort of 15 minutes where he played and you'll see that. So, yeah, I'm going to go 6 out of 10 for him. And Divock Origi, our Lord and our saviour, literally today, our saviour of 3 points. The man, the legend that is Divock Origi. I can see the 10s flying in on the chat. The 10s is exactly what he deserves. It's what he gets. But actually, you know what? Before we get into the ridiculousness of giving Divock Origi a 10 out of 10 for a 32-minute one-goal performance, it was a 10 out of 10 32-minute one-goal performance. And the reason that it was is he was actually brilliant when he came on. You know, he comes on, first of all, on that left-hand side, starts sort of trying to link up with people, playing those little 1-2s, holding the ball well, passing it off well, brilliant, getting into the box, making it difficult for Wolves defenders. But then the calmness, the composure, the ability to turn on that ball and not rush things before he obviously slots it away in the 94th minute from Divock Origi means that he deserves that 10 out of 10. I can see people, Callum Fodder's giving him 11 out of 10. Sully Ronnie says 1,000. Daniel Vermeer says 12 out of 10. Divock needs a 20, says Sushil. Sam Origi for Ballon d'Or. The Lord Divock has a perfect 10, says Dismember Red Gav. Is that Discord member Red Gav? Or who knows? Or just are we just wanting to dismember Gav? I don't know. Eric Forbes, that's a lot of zeros. Hang on a second. Is that 10 million? Can't tell, my eyesight's not great. And those zeros all look kind of the same. Well, they are the same, aren't they? The zeros. It is what it is. So there you go. We've got to do the man of the match now. Si, who wins the man of the match? Divock Origi! It's right, lads. Another fucking major trophy to add to your collection of major trophies. The Redmen TV viewers, player ratings, Wolves. Yes. Now, add that to your European Cup, add that to your World Club Cup, add that to your Premier League, add that to your Super Cup. Divock, you'll go on the sideboard, I know it will. We'll try and get one of the Redmen TV club legends to present him with his Man of the Match awards at the end of the season. May or may not happen. Something to strive for, if nothing else. I don't know what we could give him for the Man of the Match thing, but it is what it is. Anyway, of course, if you want the instant match reaction, then now our free code has ended for our 3-month subscription to Redmen Plus. So you're going to have to put your hand in your pocket, is what I'm telling you. And I'm telling you now, it's going to be fucking fantastic because we get to discuss that, me and Paul Machin, round about 5 minutes time live on our Redmen Plus service. You can sign up to that on the redmentv.com. There is over 50 shows going out this month. There are 9 games in December. The build up, the reaction. There is our derelict, our behind the scenes derelict Melwood mini doc that's out there, of course. We've got 2 incredible documentaries charting the 50 greatest Liverpool Premier League players. The countdown is on. It starts on Christmas Eve. It finishes on Christmas Day. There is so much to keep you entertained. You just need to sign up as a club captain for £5 a month or a club legend if you want to get into our daily prize draws as well. We've had the Believer Christmas jumper got sent out. I think that was today's competition. We've got 2 more incredible prizes over the next couple of days. The winners will be shouted out on Monday when it is done. Sign up now, get yourself and your name into that draw, which will run every day up until Christmas Eve. Thank you very much for watching. Go to redmentv.com. I will see you there. Ta-ra.
Thanks for watching the show. If you want more Redmen TV goodness in your life, go over and join Redmen Plus. We've got over 30 new shows every single month. We've got documentaries, interviews, exclusives, and tons more. If you join us as a club legend, you'll even get your name over here. So head on over to redmentv.com and join Redmen Plus.